Everyone knows that it's important to practice, but did you know that you can practice
Bro,
wrong?
world record.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Watch this. Ready? Ready. World record. Okay.
So this is how you avoid being me and make the most out of your practice sessions. 1. Don't just do solves. Now everyone should know this, so I'm not going to go too in depth here, but basically if you only do solves, then you're only reinforcing the habits that you already do. So if you had bad habits, you'll continue doing those bad habits, and it might actually be harder to get rid of them in the future. Instead, you should focus on deliberate practice by practicing what you struggle with. Doing this will help you form better habits and get rid of your old bad ones. Now for my competition, I did a ton of deliberate practice, but my practice sessions still weren't as good as they could have been because I neglected the importance of analyzing solves. It's incredibly important to analyze your solves because that's how you find out what you suck at. Deliberate practice isn't very effective if you're not practicing the right things, which was exactly what I was doing. Instead of practicing last layer, which is the weakest part of my solves, I was practicing other things that aren't as important. My deliberate practice for this competition was focused on limiting regrips during F2L and inspection. While inspection was something that I definitely had to practice, I felt like I focused too much on limiting regrips when I should have been practicing my last layer. Also, it helps to analyze people that are faster than you. You can do this by watching their solves in slow motion or watching a bunch of walkthrough solves on YouTube. I recommend watching Brody the Cuber's walkthrough solves, and if you want to analyze a pro, I recommend starting with Yiheng Wang because his solutions aren't too complex. It also helps to compare your solutions to the solution of the person you're analyzing, because if you find something that they are doing that you aren't doing, you should probably start implementing that into your solves. For my competition, I analyzed some of Yiheng Wang's solves, but I didn't go into enough depth with my analysis, and I feel like I should have analyzed more. 3. Stop doing mindless solves. Now there's no point in learning new tricks if you don't actually use them in your solves, so instead of doing another mindless cubing session, why don't you implement the new things that you learned into your solution? Basically, you're going to be doing solves with an emphasis on the new things that you learned. So for example, if you learn an F2L algorithm, you're going to do that F2L algorithm every time you get the case in order to practice recognition. I struggle to force myself to do mindless solves because 1, I think mindless solves are a ton of fun, and 2, I hate being slower than normal. But that's the thing about improvement, it's not linear. You're going to be slower for a little while, but once you get the new thing down, you're going to be faster than what you were before. 4. Don't forget about competition simulations. Competition simulations are a great way to practice dealing with nerves. I found that it's the best way to practice performing under pressure without actually going to a competition, and for that reason, I try to include it into all of my practice routines. However, I didn't do many simulations before my competition, and it showed.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I still use
I do.
Oh, I overturned.
I missed the second flick.
5. Don't forget that you're human. Yeah, I struggled with this a lot. Just remember that you're human and you're gonna have off days. And sometimes it's more beneficial to take a break than to force yourself to keep grinding. Like I said, I struggled with this a lot. I should have just taken a break and stopped practicing for like a day or two. But I kept going and I got pretty tilted.
Oh my gosh, you're joking! I'm throwing away scrambles, man! That was literally perfect! But I was like, oh, what? Oh my gosh, this literally makes me so mad. Like, that was the perfect scramble. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. Look at how bad I am. That was literally like the perfect scramble again! And then I just failed it. That could have messed up. Oh, well, that was so bad. Oh gosh, man.
So despite not practicing super well, I still did manage to reach my goal, which was to make it to the final round of 3x3. This was my first time making it the finals, and you know, that was pretty cool, I guess. So how did I reach my goal despite practicing terribly? Well, I got lucky. You know, if you completely ignore my advice, which is fine, it's fine, but just remember, you better hope that you're lucky. And that's what happened to me. I got lucky. The first 2 rounds of 3x3 were some of my worst rounds of 3x3, but with some luck, I still managed to land the final spot in the final round. And there, I actually did pretty decent. I missed the second flick. I have one more tip for you, and it's pretty cliche. Just remember to have fun. You know, despite not doing very well, I still had a ton of fun. I met a whole bunch of people, had fun talking to my friends. It was great. You know, this has to be probably my most fun competition so far. It was great. It was a lot of fun. But do you want to know what's even more fun? Using code ALEX at thecubicle.com for a 5% discount. So yeah, I hope that this video taught you how to make the most out of your practice sessions. And if you're interested in more of my competition videos, you can watch this video right here. Thank you all for watching. You're all amazing. Anyways, love you, bye!